Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and welcome to Make It Monday here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Yep, it's Monday already, and that means another value-priced bundle just for you. Now, if you're joining me for the first time, and this is your first time being on the Scrapbooking Made Simple YouTube channel, hey! I'm Stacy. I'm the owner of Scrapbooking Made Simple, and we are a small, independent mom and pop shop located here in Canyon Country, California, where you can actually walk in and shop a retail store. We also have a small online presence, and every week we bring you a new event on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Monday is always about value. Not like teeny tiny value, but like big value. It's where we take a bundle that is typically between $80 and $100 and we bring it to you for just $19.99 for the entire bundle. It really is that kind of smoking hot, amazing, great price. And every week it's a different manufacturer, a different bundle. We have only so many to go around, so sometimes they do sell out rather quickly. They're available in both our retail store and our online shop. And this week it is Sizzix mixed in with Tim Holtz Sizzix. The bundle has a little bit of Tim Holtz and a little bit of regular Sizzix, but at $19.99, it is wow. It is worth the price of admission, which is the $19.99. Now, none of the product, none of the items in the bundle are sold open stock. It is either you love the bundle, you get the bundle, you enjoy the bundle, or you say, you know what, I'm going to stick around and see the pretty samples she has at the end, and that's all I need. And that's okay too. Maybe you are here just to hang for the live chat during the premiere, or you need a little crafty inspiration, and I have got beautiful makes by amazing makers, and I can't wait to share them with you. Now, typically, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through the bundle first. I'm going to show you everything that comes in the bundle, and then I'm going to make something. I'm going to keep it super simple today. I'm going to make something, and then I'm going to show you all the stunning finished samples that we have for you. If you love what you see, I encourage you to head over to scrapbookingmadesimple.com, look under our Make It Monday category, or wait until the banner rotates and you'll see it will say Make It Monday. Click on it and you will see the bundle right there available for $19.99. If I remember and I set a little note, I will try to pin the link to the Make It Monday right in the live chat. So that way if you are live chatting, you can go to the top of the live chat and just click it. If you're an in-store peep, well, the store's closed. Sorry, I do the live chats once the store is closed, but you are welcome to call in tomorrow, Tuesday. Call us and have us pull the bundle right off the shop floor, because there is two different inventories, one for online, one for in-store. So if you're coming in store, we will pull the product right off the shop floor. You know that. We put your name on it, we put it in a bag, and then you come pick it up at your earliest convenience. So really beautiful things today. I love what I've got from Sizzix. It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. That just makes happiness when you put it all together. And again, I'm going to do a simple make. We're just going to play a little bit today. And then, I don't know, maybe create or spark some kind of creativity, something you're like, oh, I didn't think to do that before. Oh yeah, I can see how this is such a great value. So I'm going to tilt on down. I'm going to get started for today. Hello, everybody. Oh, my glasses are so dirty. I was playing with embossing powder, which we'll be playing with shortly. And I think I got it all over my glasses. Oh, there you are. It's good to see you. All right, I'm going to tilt down for today. We're going to get started. And the bundle I have for you today, it retails for $90.96, on sale for $19.99. It is from Sizzix, and as I said, there is some Tim Holtz in here as well. So wahoo kachoo. Let's tilt on down. Let's get started for today. Happy Monday, everybody. Make It Mondays just changed Mondays for so many people. All of a sudden, it became an opportunity for them to add to their crafty stash certainly without breaking the bank. All right, down we go. Good to see everybody. All right, let's zoom on in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We'll zoom, zoom, zoom. There we go. I'm thinking about getting a remote control for my camera because it won't tilt up and down by itself, but it would zoom in and out if I have a remote control. So here's the bundle I have for you. There's the retail. There's the sale price. Let us see what's inside. So it's not that you're going to get one of these for the $19.99. You're going to get all of these for the $19.99. So the first thing I have is from Jennifer O. Oh, Jenna O is just the nicest person ever. She really is. I work with her a lot and she's just lovely. I have got her butterflies and a leaf. Look at how nice size the butterfly is. And with Sizzix, always remember that what's on the front isn't necessarily the actual size of the dies. So she's got, it looks like 3 butterflies that layer. So you've got I'm gonna guess you've got a positive and a negative. It looks like that, it sure does. 3 butterflies that layer and then a leaf set. But while the butterfly is only this big here, it's really much bigger on the back side. So if you are in a local independent retail store and they have got Sizzix on their wall and you think you might like this, pull it off the wall, turn it over, look at it so you see the most accurate sizing. I bet you'll even love it more when you see what the real sizing is. So I've got the butterflies. Then I've got from Tim Holtz, I've got brushstroke flower number 3. Now Tim's are nice. These are a little bit older, but they still come in the pouch. So it still comes with the storage solution and everything you need to make brushstroke flower number 3. And then I have got another Sizzix item, and this is a 4-layer stencil. And this is what we're going to actually be playing with today, only I'm going to just use 1 layer of the stencil. So a 4-layer stencil where once you layer all 4, this is the image that you will finish with. But there is a way to play with all the different layers that you don't have to layer all 4 if you don't want. And then the last one I have is Modern Floristry from Tim Holtz. Look at all the goodies in there. Holy smokes, artichokes. Now I'll tell you, I think this is almost $19.99 on its own. This has got a whopping amount of dies in it. Does it say? 11 dies to make anything you want in there. So there's just a ton of goodness in this set. And for 20 bucks, look at how it all coordinates. So you've got your beautiful florals, then you've got your butterflies to go on your florals, and then you've got potentially a background to go have all of this sit right on top. And bam, you are done. When you see the samples, you will see how they were put together using the 4 different items and how you can layer them together and really make some pretty things. But I'm going to be working with this one here today. And it is a layering stencil. So let's open it up and let's show you what I've got. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 to add the detail. So you've got 4 different stencils to add the detail into those flowers. Or you can just use 1. Or you can just use 2. Or you can use 1 and 2 together. Or you can use 1 and 3 and 4 together. It really does depend what it is you're looking for. I think that's why I like this stencil so much, is that you have a tremendous amount of opportunity to mix things up and use them the way you want to. You don't have to put all 4 of them together at the same time to actually make something that's really, really lovely. I'm going to be working with stencil number 2. I'm going to be working with stencil number 2 today. And I know it's stencil number 2 because at the top, Sizzix always puts their name, and they put the SKU number, and they put the position of the stencil. So my guess is that this one here is stencil number 1. And so I can see Sizzix, the SKU number and position number 1. Here is number 2. And then my guess, even though these are 3 and 4, you can interchange them any way you want because they work together. They add that final little detail into the flower, should you want it. So today I'm going to play with stencil number 2. And I'm going to use some black paper. And instead of inking it, which is what I think most of the samples I have are, they're all inked up, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use embossing powder. Hence the reason my glasses had embossing powder on them. Now I'm playing with my Stacy Park 110-pound black cardstock. You get 25 sheets for $9.99. That is a value. I do it in white, black, and cream. It's all 25 pieces. It's all 110 pound, and it's $9.99 per color. I'm also going to be playing with, I'm going to keep this handy, I'm going to be playing with my stencil and stamp tool by Sizzix. So I use this as a stamp positioner. I use this as a stencil alignment tool. Oh, I can tell you, I have got so much embossing powder on this. I hope everything sticks. So I've got my sticky grid on down, which is right here. But I can tell you, if you accidentally get embossing powder on it or glitter on it, anything that would make a sticker no longer sticky is also going to take the tack away from your sticky grid. Now, if you take good care of your sticky grid, because you do get one with your stencil and stamp tool, it will last you a really long time. And then once it doesn't last you anymore, and I mean, it could last you months and months and months and months and months, then Sizzix sells a pack of 5 of them. And that 5 of them, again, they are going to last you over, I mean, a really, really long time, because you only change it. You only change it when it no longer sticks. Now, because I'm using it as a alignment tool for my stencils, I don't need my lid. I don't need my lid, but I'm just gonna open it up and leave it there because I might use it as a work surface. That way I don't get as much embossing powder on my sticky grid. Oh, it is Stacy. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just not gonna worry about it. No, I'm gonna have to take my lid off. I can't, because my alignment tool needs to go on there. And the alignment tool is what keeps your stencils stacked nicely right on top of them if you are doing a layering stencil, so that you are able to put a stencil down, do your color, lift it up, see if you like it, put it back down, add more color to it, but when you pop it off and put your next stencil that layers on top, everything lines up perfectly. Now the little, these aren't hinges, but the little doodads here that are for the lid to hold the lid in place. This allows you to move your alignment tool anywhere you want. You can move it up, you can move it down, you can move it over. It's entirely up to you. And what's nice is if you have a stencil that's repetitive, all you have to do is keep moving it over and it will keep lining up. Absolutely. So typically when I'm doing stenciling, I tend to just put it right at the very top and right in the center. That way I know exactly where it is. I've put my, if I have to move anything, I know where to come back to start. So I've got my piece of paper and I'm just gonna tuck it right up to the top. Just gonna tuck it right up to the top. Oh, see, look at that. Oh, we'll have to see if mine will hold. That's what you get when you put so much embossing powder down. All right. So let's see. Well, it's holding. That's good. I didn't know if it would. I thought it might just slide right off. And I've got my alignment tool right there. Now I'm going to grab my stencil. With Sizzix, Sizzix stencils come with the 2 holes at the top. So you just go pop, pop, and in you go. Now your stencils may not come with holes at the top if you're buying somebody else's stencils. Absolutely. Have no fear. Let's pretend that there's no holes down here and this is somebody else's stencil. Maybe the Crafter's Workshop or I don't know, Pink Fresh, whomever stencils make your heart happy. Maybe it's an All in Create stencil. No holes at the top. Sizzix sells these adapters and you get 10 to a pack and they are, I want to say maybe $6.99, $7.99 a pack. You reuse them again and again and it allows you to make any stencil a stencil that's usable with the Sizzix stencil and stamp tool. And you don't even have to put it in the center. If the most convenient place for me to put it was on the corner, I could put it on the corner and then I would just have to rotate my paper. So I've put it on the corner because for some reason the stencil I have only gave me a little space in a corner. No problem, I'm going to move it down. I'm going to turn my paper. And now I get all the benefits of being able to stencil, lift up and look, stencil again, lift up and look. So if you have stencils and you love the platform, keep in mind that the adapters are really handy to have, or the converters are really handy to have. And then when you're done, you just pop it off. Now it does have a double-sided adhesive here. And eventually, if I keep doing this, that won't stick anymore. You're just gonna grab some Stacy tape or somebody else's double-sided adhesive once it stops being sticky and put it right down. And peel it off and then bam, it's sticky again. And I store them on a piece of plastic. That way, they just come right on and off and on and off as often as I need to use them. I just peel it off, use it, put it right back on. So let's see. I really have a lot of embossing powder on this, but we're gonna try. And I'm gonna grab my Wow Embossing medium. And I'm just gonna go straight over the top of this. So I'm gonna go straight over the top. Give a nice little press. Straight over the top. Now here's where having it as an alignment tool comes handy. I can lift this up and I can see. Oh, see, I didn't get it very good over here. Not very good there. Not so good up here. Right up here, I need a little bit more, maybe a little bit more down there, but that corner's really bad. All I have to do is remember where I lined up my stencil, and I always have it in the center, on the top one, and it lines itself right back up again so I can continue on. I don't need magnets, I don't need little guides, I don't need anything. I just line it back up and I can continue on. So imagine you're doing this with color. You're able to look at your blends, you're able to look at your colors, decide if you like it better, and if not, then you put it back on and you continue. Now, I'm only going to do one layer, so I'm going to move this one to the side and I'm going to come in and I'm going to do another one. So line it up, push it down, and let's just do another one while I'm here. Just adding my embossing medium, which is a clear medium, which is why I like to do this on black paper If I was doing this on white paper, it would be a little more difficult to see that watermark. And I can see how well I've done. And if I need to add a little bit more, or I could let this dry just like this, and it would leave that image there as a watermark on my black paper. Really pretty. I could do it on purple paper or pink paper, any colored paper, and if I let this dry, it would just leave a watermark that makes the most subtle of backgrounds. All right, so I've got 2. I think 2 will be enough. I always worry. 1 more just for good measure. So as you can see, I don't pre-do my classes. So we do it together because when I make an oopsie, you see it. And then we fix the oopsie, and then you know how to fix the oopsie, or sometimes you can't fix the oopsie and I say, oh, don't do what I just did. So the embossing medium from WOW is super slow drying. Super slow drying. I can already tell I missed that whole spot right there. They call it ultra slow drying, which means that it's going to stay wet long enough for me to add my embossing powder. Okay, pretty. All right, I'm gonna move that over there and move this over here. And now I'm gonna put my lid back on. And that way I don't get any more embossing powder on my sticky grid. Okay, so let's grab and let's emboss these. So I'm going to use my WOW embossing powder, and I've got my metallic copper here. Now, no, I didn't use an anti-static anything. I'm just going for it. I tend to be a fly by my seat kind of girl. Okay, 1. Now are you saying, oh my gosh, that's the most gorgeous thing ever? Because if you think that's the most gorgeous thing ever, wait, it gets so much better. So there's 1. Let's take my polished silver by WOW. This is a super fine. I like super fine embossing powder because I know it's going to cling on to all the little detail, and yet it's also going to let you do chunkier things. Love super fine. I want to get all that excess off. As you can see, I'm a dumper and a flicker. Okay, number 2. Now, if you think that's beautiful, wait for it. And last but not least, I'll do my polished gold, which also makes my heart very happy. So now this is the one I started with, and it's still wet. It's still gonna allow me to add my embossing powder. It is ultra slow drying. I try to let gravity do the majority of the work. Just dump it on and let it kind of move on down. So there's gold. You know, when I turn it one way, I see boxes. Do you see boxes? And then when I turn it another way, I see the flowers. Very odd. I'm optical illusioning myself. All right, so I've put all my embossing powder away. And now I have my 3 to play with. my gold, my silver, my copper. All right, let's heat. So I need a heat tool, and I am using my Wow heat tool. Love the Wow heat tool, I really do. It has this cover so you don't accidentally touch the top. It has the little stand, it's 2 speeds. It's got a comfort grip. I really do like it, and it works really well. It is not a paint stripper, nor is it a blow dryer. A blow dryer will not give you enough heat, and a paint stripper can burn your paper. Now remember, I said if you liked it the way it was, wait till you see it now. So using this super fine embossing powder that is in this polished gold color, it's not just typical gold, it's a stunning gold. I heat until I see it turn. So you can clearly see where my embossing powder has had enough heat to take it from a powder to a solid. See, now I see boxes. Do you see boxes? That's so weird. And then I see flowers. Boxes, flowers, okay. Over here, I haven't added enough heat to turn it from a powder to a solid. So if I don't do something with it, the powder will just wipe away. You have to heat to get it to turn to that solid. Okay, and then I can look at it, and do I see any dull spots? Oh, I can see one right there. Do you see that dull spot right there in that petal? That tells me I didn't add enough heat there, and I need, oh, maybe one right over here. I need to go back and add a little more heat. Maybe right there, and maybe right here. A little more heat to melt it. Better. Okay, one down. Let's do our copper. Now this is a metallic copper, and it is beautiful in color as well. We'll go ahead and we'll add the embossing powder as part of the Make It Monday, but it won't be at a Make It Monday price. We'll put it on sale, but I certainly can't do it for a Make It Monday price. So I can tell that I've missed some spaces. Can you see all this where it's a little dark? Once you get, oh, right in there, once you get the reflection on it, you really can see where you need to come back and add some heat. Oh, so much better, right? Okay, so now we've got our polished gold. We've got our copper, which isn't quite as bright. See, I see boxes. Isn't quite as bright as our polished gold, but still a beautiful color. Last but not least, our polished silver. And I just hold my heat tool until I see it change. Then I start to move it. I don't do this. Embossing powder needs to have enough heat to get it to a certain temperature so it can melt. If you're doing this, you're putting heat on and then you're taking heat off, and then you're putting heat on and then you're taking heat off. And every time you take the heat off, it immediately starts to cool. So by leaving it in one place, watching it turn, and then moving on, it takes you less time than doing this. This is not working for me. I would have been done. And then I'm gonna do a little reflection and see, oh, I see right there. And just fix it. Any place else I see? Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, so I have 3 to play with. All beautiful colors. Now I'm going to take my Wow embossing pen. I usually use this as an oops pen. So if you're stamping and with your embossing medium and you just miss a little tiny area, I use this pin to go in there and kind of fix my little tiny area so that I don't have to re-stamp the whole thing all over again. But today I thought it would be fun to draw my little centers in. So now, yes, this is a 4-layer stencil, but I'm just going to use 1 layer. And I'm just drawing my little centers. I'm just making circles with my embossing medium. Easy peasy. All right, I think I've got them all. And now I'm going to take a different type of embossing powder. I'm going to take an embossing powder that is interference color, which means it looks white here, but when I put it onto black paper or a dark colored paper and I heat, it's going to change the entire look. Maybe we'll go with the violet. So I've got violet pearl here, and again, it looks white. That's what you think it is until you heat set. Now I'm going to throw it right on top of my silver because my silver is set. So now it's only left inside my little centers. Okay, that one's done. So I did that one in violet, so I won't do violet again. Let's bring over the copper, and the copper, let's draw in my little, and this is the same medium that's inside the pad. And really, if you do any kind of embossing, you need an oops pin. It really helps. It saves you from sometimes having to restamp the whole image all over again. It also allows you to draw things in. You can sign your name. You can add a sentiment with it. You can write hello or whatever makes your heart happy. But you need an embossing pen to make that happen. All right, I think I got them all. And if I happen to miss one, not the end of the world. I just come back and do it again. And this time I think I'm going to use the blue. So again, you're like, there's no blue in there, Stacy. Oh, I know, there isn't, but there will be. So again, using what they call a pearl color, it's really an interference color, is what in the art world it would be known as. And again, doesn't look blue, doesn't look purple, but give me a chance. And then my last one, I have gold. And on the gold, we'll use the rose. I've got rose pearl. So let's just draw them in. And then we'll heat set all of them. Now again, there's 3 other stencils that go with this. I've opted to use just one to show you that you can use each stencil perhaps on its own, or different layers, maybe layer 1, 3, and 4, or maybe layer 2, 3, and 4, or maybe layer 1 and 2. It's about playing with them. Once you get them, see what they can be. Okay, I think I got them all. And I said I was going to do not blue because I already did blue. Red pearl. So I'm going to do red pearl. So I did violet pearl, blue pearl. Oh, I can tell you I missed one. I can see that it looks like I missed this one right here. Okay, fixed. Now I'm not going to worry if I get too much on my gold at all, because my interference color is almost like a transparent. So it pretty much just dissolves into that gold. There. All right. I know it says red, but I don't see any red. Wait, you will. Put my lid on. Wipe down my space. And then let's heat set. So I started with the silver and I did purple. As I heat set my little dots that I drew in, it's changing from a no color to a purple. Look at how pretty is that? That's what interference embossing powders or inks do. I could have done the reverse. I could have done an interference ink. And then done the centers in silver. And then it would have been purples with silver. So pretty. Okay, that one's done. Now this one was blue. So let's heat. And now I've got this beautiful metallic blue going on where it looked white until I heat set. Okay, now I've got, ooh, that's so pretty. And my last one was with the red. no red. It's kind of this pretty rosy color, right? No color there, color there. And can you come back and put embossing powder over the top of those little dots again and make them even more? Yes, absolutely. I could just come back in and draw right over the top and make them even more domey, more richer, more full. It's really up to you. So I can come back once it's dry and add a whole nother coat right on top and do a double emboss. And that red's going to be a little bit higher, a little bit more domey, a little bit more glass-like by doing a double emboss. Okay. Red. Yes, the only thing that's difficult is because the red and the green, there is a green, and the violet and the blue, they all look white in the bottle. You want to make sure you look at the bottle or mark the top. Okay, so now I've added a whole nother coat. And I can come back and emboss again, and that embossing powder is now going to be thicker. It's going to melt into each other, make it a little bit more domey, a little bit more dimensional. So I've got 3 done. Now I get rid of all the stuff along the sides because I don't care about that. Oh, I completely missed that trash can. That trash can wasn't even there. Oh, that was bad. That wasn't even close. That was shameful. And how long does it take for embossing powder to dry? It takes it as long as the paper takes to cool down, because it's really not an ink, it's not something that's wet, it's a plastic. Aren't they pretty? So I kept it super simple today. But I wanted you to see how, even though it comes with 4 stencils, it doesn't mean you have to use all 4 stencils every time you pull it out. And you can mix the stencils up. I think this one's beautiful. And I think it's going to look great against that color. Look at that. That color is this color. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And now I'm matte and I add a sentiment. I could be making these for a layout. I could be using these as pages in a mini album. I could be making invitations on the back side and putting somebody's invitation on the back side. You would use a trimmer. I'm a girl who freehands. If you're new to watching me, I know you might have just audibly gasped, but I do. I freehand. And for me, close is enough. I make stuff from love, not perfection. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. And then I'll mat the others. But I'll finish this one so then I can show you the rest of the beautiful samples that I have for you. So this is a Make It Monday from Sizzix. Where I've got over $90 worth of Sizzix product. Can I get that little corner off? $90 worth of Sizzix product for $19.99, and that includes 2 dies from Tim Holtz. Now all I need is a sentiment. It can go in a vertical or horizontal. I've got that beautiful pearl interference right there. Add a sentiment and I'm done, and I only used one. Yay for me. Okay, so this set, only one stencil out of the 4. This set has 2 Tim Holtz, 2 Sizzix, everything you need. You've got your background, you've got your, now you can pop your flowers, you can do your butterflies on top of those. 20 bucks. It's a great value. Retail value is almost $91. And this is how it's going to come packaged to you. Let me show you some samples that some of the SMS maker, no, these are the Sizzix makers. Some of the Sizzix makers made these for us. Now let me keep these handy so I can show you. Look at how beautiful. Hello. Look at how gorgeous is this. And the background, oh, she used an interference too. Hello, Brenda DeLoyer. You used an interference too in that pink. Look at that to do the background. That's one of the stencils. So done by Brenda DeLoyer. Beautiful. And again, using just one of the stencils as the background. And here, all the flower in black. Isn't that striking? Where's the party? Well, we're coming to your place, Tanya Brooks. So it's Tanya.Brooks2 on Instagram. Hopefully that'll help you see it. Follow these makers on Instagram. Stamp, Ink, and Create. I'm assuming that might be her Instagram. From Brenda DeLoyer. And here, see, they're just using portions of that stencil. Hello, Sunshine. Again, Brenda DeLoyer. Well, hello, Sunshine. Yes, you've got the flowers from the Tim. So from, what's he called these? Modern Floristry. Flowers from Tim, stencil, all from Brenda DeLoyer. And Susan B. Cards, at Susan B. Cards. So there you go, at Susan B. Cards. Follow her on Instagram. Here she's used the butterflies and the beautiful leaves. That's that Gen O collection. Look at how striking it can be. Wow, 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 beautiful. And then we've got Susan B. Cards again. So here's the stencil all the way done. This is if you did the stencil the whole way, and then she's got the Tim Holtz flowers going on. And here we have Tanya Brooks, and again, she's used those butterflies. Striking, isn't it? Now this was all done with a $20 bundle. A $20 bundle. And this is Tanya. So it's Tanya.Brooks2, the number 2, not the word 2, for Instagram. Look at how striking. Again, using the Tim Holtz florals. A $20 set, a $20 bundle. Well, it should be $90. Here you've got the stencil, using the stencil in its entirety, and then you've got these striking black flowers over the top. Can't wait to celebrate with you. It's also Tanya Brooks. And here we have Susan B. Cards. Wishing you a joyful spring. Beautiful, just watercolored, probably just inked it with her inks. It's absolutely gorgeous. Love the next one. I love them all, but she put them on wobblers. Anytime somebody puts something on wobblers, it just makes your heart happy, right? This is Brenda DeLoyer, and she's used, again, the die cuts from Tim and Sizzix. She's made them into little, we've got the googly eyes. How can you say no to googly eyes and a wobbler? That's like pure heaven in a card right there. Googly eyes and a wobbler. Love it, Brenda DeLoyer. Love this card. Or you keep it super simple. Add a sentiment, call it done. Love the flowers with the centers in them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. $91 for $19. And beautiful, beautiful cards. Just make your heart happy, right? Can't go wrong with any of them. All for a $20 bundle. All right, you guys. It's me, Stacy. Get them while we got them, because when they're gone, they're gone. Pass up 2 Starbucks coffees and grab the bundle. For $19.99, it is Holy Smokes Artichokes. All right, so the next time I see you will be tomorrow for our In the Studio with Stacy class, where I am taking fine art product and paper crafting product, and we are learning how to put them together and make magic happen between them. So I hope you join me this time tomorrow, 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, right back here on the Scrapbooking Made Simple YouTube channel for our next In the Studio with Stacy class. We are focusing on colored pencils and watercolored pencils for the entire month of May. Yep, for the entire month of May. So something to learn each and every week in our full, well, it's about an hour class like this one. Full length classes Saturday mornings. But all right, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Bye, everybody.